And last night in Marquette, friends and family of Trenton Massey, the missing 21-year-old Northern Michigan University student, gathered for a candlelight vigil in remembrance. Today marks 9 days since Massey was last seen on camera, having been out for a night of drinking. Police say he was likely hypothermic when he was spotted on camera, venturing off onto the ice of Lake Superior. But as MyUP's Skylar Perkins reports, Trenton is remembered for much more than his last moments.
Just over a week after 21-year-old Trenton Massey was last seen after a night at the bar, dozens of his friends and family gathered at the restaurant where he worked in Marquette. The vigil followed an extensive 4-day search effort by hundreds of community members and law enforcement officers, but that night, their focus was on the why.
I remember when I first was getting to know him, I was in disbelief at just how kind he was. I figured there had to be something wrong with him, but it turns out that that's just the type of guy he was. He was perfect. I truly never met anyone like him, and I definitely never will again.
It's an impression that his longtime coworker Allison told us was far from uncommon.
Anyone that, looked like they were having a bad day, he'd always go up to them and check on them, and that was Trent.
Leading the vigil was Pastor Joe from Marquette's Anchor Church, who said interacting with Trenton's loved ones had him thinking about the Bible's guidance on a person's purpose and why we're here.
If the purpose of life is to love other people, and the purpose of life is to make someone else's life better when they're having a hard day, and if the purpose of life is to bring joy and hope to others, not self-focused, others-focused, then Trenton lived a perfect life.
And throughout the evening, a number of stories were told about his characteristic kindness.
He even took my car to get an oil change when I just didn't have the time, and then he arranged for them to redo it after my car lost all its oil. He cared so deeply for those around him and would do quite literally anything to make them happy and never expected anything in return.
I have heard story after story of the way he talked to you and loved you and hugged you and listened to you. He lives in you. And he lives in this place.
Having hired Massey 2 years ago when the Texas Roadhouse opened, we asked restaurant owner Jacob Fritz about the time that has passed.
It was funny looking back at some pictures in the last week and seeing his opening day picture, baby face, smooth skin. He looked like a freshman, right? And now looking at what he looks like now and the more recent photos and things, you can tell where he went from being a young man to a man, even at 21.
And like many young men, some memories with Trenton are inseparable from his truck.
When his super awesome and reliable truck broke down.
If there's something I could say to him right now, it would definitely be, I'll let him have it. He's got the better truck, even though it's broken down, I'll let him have it.
How we remember our loved ones are often in the small moments. Trenton's mother told us the family is still feeling overwhelmed, but allowed us to share this memory of Santa asking Trenton the seasonal question with a number of his younger family members around.
What would you like for Christmas?
I really need a new truck.
Okay.
Really need a new truck.
Ford? Chevy?
Might have to go back to Ford. My Chevy only lasted me 2 years.
Oh my, are you rough on things?
While the official search has been called off, local police say efforts to find Trenton can and will resume as they receive new information. In Marquette, I'm Skylar Perkins for MyUP News.